What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to my reaction to Death Battle. Last time I watched it, Felicia versus Taukaka. In this video, we'll be watching Kratos versus Spawn, which is some funny timing because we just got the announcement of the God of War trilogy remake, and also the other God of War game that I forgot the name of. But yeah, man, some weird timing because now I get to learn about Kratos here, and fits in pretty much well with like what was just announced. Or maybe it might be a bad time, you know? Like, yeah, this will be my first time really learning more about Kratos, but at the same time, maybe it might spoil the game for me. But either way, we'll be learning about Kratos here, which my only knowledge of him is that in the original trilogy of the games, it was set in Greek mythology where he's fighting like all these Greek gods, I think, with two swords, like two, I think, chain swords. I don't know what it's really called. Like he had some like maybe chains on his sword. But yeah, and then he had that, I guess, soft reboot where he was in Norse mythology this time, and there was also Ragnarok as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my knowledge of him. I think he had an axe there. So yeah, I guess stuff like from the recent games of his won't be featured here because this was around 14 years ago. So yeah, no axe and no beard. He's all clean cut with his his face there, and also he's got two swords. And I'm thinking they're gonna go with that. And then we got Spawn. You know, I've seen his character design. I thought he always looked very cool, but I don't know much about him. Like, I really don't know much about him as a character or his story. So, yeah, I'm curious and eager to learn more about him. So yeah, I don't know if he's like a superhero or an anti-hero or a supervillain, but I guess we'll find out once we watch this video here. But yeah, so far with my win-loss ratio when it comes to my predictions on who I think will win, so far I have 4 wins and 4 losses. And yeah, we'll see what I decide to do, man. I can't really give my prediction because I don't know much about these characters, maybe except for a bit of Kratos and his equipment and arsenal. But yeah, we'll see what we got here that will be presented to us. Here we go.
Of all the warriors who have entered this arena, none can compete with these two titans of death. Kratos, the ghost of Sparta who single-handedly annihilated Olympus.
And Spawn, who managed to dethrone both Satan and God.
I'm
What?
Wizard and he's Boomstick.
So is
Let's
that why
analyze
they're
their
both together?
weapons,
Because they
armor, and
both
skill to
slay
find out
gods?
who would win a death
I didn't
battle.
know like Spawn slay gods.
Kratos is a demigod, raised among the Spartans as their greatest
Like, I knew
warrior, until
Kratos,
one day his people were threatened to be overrun.
like, he took on
It was
gods
then
like
he
Zeus
struck
or
a deal with
something, right?
Ares, the god of war. Ares would give him the strength to protect his people.
But yeah,
In
I
return,
guess
Kratos
Ares
would
too.
serve as
Ares is the god of war
champion
as well.
Kratos became
Greek
super
mythology.
powerful and really vicious, but was tricked by Ares into killing his own family. But
Dang.
hey, he saved some money on child
I think
support and
I remember
divorce.
seeing like a
The hot,
cinematic of
white
like his
ashes of
family though,
clung
where like they
permanently to
disappeared
his
into
skin.
dust.
Just like Michael Jackson.
His quest for
That's
vengeance
kinda
against
crazy.
the gods of Olympus began. As a demigod, Kratos possesses incredible strength, speed, and endurance. He can survive a pummeling from a titan and best the power of Hercules.
Kratos
Dang,
wields the
even
blades
Hercules.
of exile, twin short swords bound to his arms by chains. The blades have a hook design which Kratos can use to cut right through his enemies or snag them and whip them around. And like most badass weapons, they can somehow emit fire.
Kratos is well trained in sword combat and possesses what may be the most powerful sword the Greek gods have to offer, the Blade of Olympus.
After Kratos killed Ares,
I wonder what happened to
spoiler,
all of
he
his
was made
stuff,
the
his
god of war,
equipment,
but
like
Zeus tricked
after,
him into putting all of his
like,
godly
going
powers
into, like,
this
Norse
sword,
mythology.
making him mortal once again.
And making the Blade of Olympus a deadly harbinger of death to even the toughest Olympians. His most versatile defense is his golden fleece, armor capable of blocking powerful blows and deflecting magical attacks.
But there's
Oh,
a
wow.
whole lot more to this guy's arsenal. Like the bow of Apollo, which can shoot a rapid stream of arrows or
Dang,
charge
he has like
up
a
deadly
huge
fire
arsenal
arrows.
here.
Then there's the claws of Hades, which mercilessly rip the souls out of their victims. So
All
tough
these equipment of the
opponents
gods.
like Kratos can resist them.
The Nemean Cestus are giant, ultra-strong gauntlets which can stun foes with brutal shockwaves.
The
I didn't
Greek
realize he had
Hermes give
this
him
much, like,
superhuman
different
speed,
equipment,
and
man.
when battling
Jeez.
the infamous Icarus, he ripped those huge wings off the old fool's
How
back
does,
and
like,
took them for his own,
Norse
giving him
mythology,
powers
because
of
I
flight.
have not
Holy
played any God of
crap,
War at
that's a
all,
lot of
even the new
weapons.
ones.
I like this guy.
How does
Kratos
Norse
is not
mythology
invincible, but he is
Kratos
very
even
difficult
compare to
kill.
this
Hell,
guy?
he can't even kill himself.
In his rage, he tore
Like,
apart
especially
the
with the
ranks of
arsenal
Mount Olympus and slaughtered every god
of,
upon and
you know,
below
his
it,
equipment.
except for Aphrodite.
For obvious reasons.
In doing so, he ultimately brought about the end of the world. Without the power of the gods to keep the chaos in check, the apocalypse had arrived, and its vanguard was Kratos.
I was trying to make you a great warrior. You succeeded.
There we go,
Al
Spawn.
Simmons was trained to be a deadly, stealthy soldier and assassin, and proved numerous times he was the best of the best. But when his morality got
So
the
how
better
does
of
this
him,
guy go up
his boss
against Satan and
terminated his
God?
contract permanently.
That's when Simmons met Malbogia, one of the demon lords of hell, who struck a deal with him. He'd get to see his
He made a
wife
deal with the
again
devil?
if he became captain of Hell's armies. He agreed and was reborn as a Hellspawn. But as
Oh,
for
that's
those
where he got a
demons,
name.
It tricked him,
Hellspawn.
leaving Spawn with a fate worse than death. And of course, Spawn swore revenge.
Being a Hellspawn, he has superhuman
He looks so
strength
cool,
and
man.
speed. He is nearly invulnerable and can use his own powers to heal and regenerate.
In
Oh.
addition, Spawn can feed or draw from the
Like
evil
with,
ores of others for the
Deadpool
same
and Wolverine,
effect.
they
It
can
really
heal.
saves him on
They got that
Band-Aid.
healing.
He wears a living parasitic symbiotic suit named Letha of the 7th House of K.
Letha has ridiculous powers. Basically, anything she or Spawn wants to happen can happen. The suit can create and control change, claws, spikes, and morph itself into pretty much anything Spawn wants. Like a badass cape that can trap enemies and protect Spawn from all sorts of dangers.
The
Wow.
suit has a mind of its own and can operate while Spawn focuses on other parts of the battle. It's strong enough to easily smash through brick and fast enough to block bullets. However, Letha feeds off necroplasm energy when using the suit's powers, a hellish matter which Spawn is entirely composed of. If Letha uses too much, Spawn will be sent back to hell. However, like Spawn, Letha can also feed off the evil and sin of others.
Spawn's also got tons of magic powers. He can teleport, transform, blow things up, turn invisible, alter matter, talk to animals, fly with his cape, read minds, and open portals to heaven and hell. Holy crap!
And he can control the elements, often using fire and water to defeat swarms of enemies. However, even with all these godlike abilities, Spawn usually resorts to his most primitive weapon. As he was trained in special forces for so long, Spawn is most comfortable using a
Dang,
gun.
look at him,
He's an
man.
expert in
I love the
use
mixture of
nearly any
the,
firearm
you know,
imaginable.
Only two things can break through Spawn's
The
defenses
guns and
Earth. Necro magic
the hell
and
magic.
holy weapons forged in heaven. In addition, he can only die if he's beheaded.
Spawn's fought and killed all sorts of powerful enemies.
He can only die if he's
Assassins,
beheaded?
Cyborgs, vampires,
I feel like I know who's
ghosts,
gonna win
angels,
now.
demons, other Hellspawn,
I think I
rampaging
could give my
deities,
early
even
predictions
Satan
here.
and God. Yes, that old lady is the God.
Really? God looks like my Nana. My demigod?
And after being granted unlimited power from the mother of all things, Spawn banished God and Satan from the earth, which he wiped clean and rebuilt in his own image. He then willingly sacrificed his own god powers and eventually returned to his Hellspawn form.
Oh, why the hell would he do that? He must have been really bored.
Okay.
All
Very
right,
impressed,
combatants
man.
are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, let's take a commercial break from Jack Threads. Over
Yeah,
to
so
you,
my
Buck.
thoughts.
Thanks,
I feel
you
like
handsome
I feel like
devil.
Spawn
Hey,
might be
Liz,
more
do you like
powerful
going
than.
out to shop for clothes?
Yeah, I think
Of
Spawn might
course
be
not,
more powerful
Boomstick,
than
that's why I
Kratos.
use Jack Threads.
But I
Jack
feel like
Threads
this
is
might
a
be a battle
members-only
of-
online shopping club that does the dirty
Like, I don't know
work
what you
for
call it, like
saving you
endurance
tons of
or
cash.
attrition. I forgot
Each day, Jack
which one it
Threads
was.
serves up the hottest brands
Pretty
at up
much
to
like-
80% off what you'd pay in a
I
store.
think if Kratos can
Brands
let
Kid Robot,
hold
the
off,
Hundreds, and American Apparel for way
because
less
like
than
one
you'd
of
find
one of
anywhere else. Now, Jack
things that they
Threads
said
is
is
a
that
private club, but
I think
Death
if you use
Battle's
too much
got
of his
you
power,
way in.
like if
Go to
Spawn used too much of his power,
jackthreads.com/battle
he
and
goes
you can
back to
become
hell
a
or
member
something.
right away. And yes,
And also he
it's
can
free
be
to join.
destroyed by
Go to
being beheaded, which I feel like
jackthreads.com/battle and
might be the
you'll
finishing
instantly
blow
start
that
saving without
Kratos can
having to
do.
leave
So
the house.
Right now,
I think Kratos
it's
is gonna
time
win.
for a death
That's gonna be my
battle.
guess. You know, I think Kratos can hold himself off from Spawn until he can, you know, make him weak and also like behead him. I think Kratos is gonna win. That's gonna be my guess now. But I think Spawn is incredibly powerful. Like, probably more powerful. But as long as Kratos can hold off for a bit, for him to be weakened, maybe get potentially sent back to hell, but also maybe somehow behead him. The thing is, Kratos is also impressive on his own. Like, if you've seen the enemies that he fought, you know, all the gods. And then, you know, Spawn also has the healing and regeneration. That's the one I also feel like might be kind of troublesome. But yeah, I think Kratos might win. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He's really wrecking him right now. Oh wait. Yeah, I didn't realize Kratos has all the swords, like all these different equipment, like the gauntlets too. Oh. Well, there you go. I got it wrong.
Oh man, here comes the ring. rage from the God of War fanboys.
I got it
Kratos
wrong.
is a very difficult one to beat, but Spawn's magical prowess and
The thing is, I'm also trying to think of like,
too much for him.
Yeah,
you know, in the
normally
death
that
battle
last
logic
attack would've
too.
meant the end for his
I just feel like they're going
opponent,
to
not
use
Spawn.
And while
something,
much of Kratos'
you know, death
arsenal
battle.
were forged by Olympians, Olympus is composed of
They always
earthly
have, like, that
elements
one
and
thing
is not another plane of existence like heaven. So it stands
That would
to
be like an
reason none of
advantage
his
over the
lethal
other.
weapons could kill
I thought
Spawn.
maybe
Except the Blade of Olympus,
if
but
he
it
uses
wasn't
power too
enough.
much, I
Plus,
don't know.
Spawn and his suit had plenty of
Like
evil
behead him?
energy to feed on during the fight, since Kratos is literally covered in his past sins.
Well, that was
They
one
did.
hell of a fight.
The winner is Spawn.
Ooh, yeah, I got that
Time
wrong.
on Death Battle.
Slayer of Dragons. Explosion. Oh. Wait, that's Bomberman Dig Dug, right?
Want to see your ideal death battle come to life? Subscribe and leave your suggestion in the comments below.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, I got that wrong. That was definitely a moment where I went with my brain over my heart. Because yeah, I feel like Spawn just would win in general. It's just, you know, when thinking about the death battle, like, I guess script making and like what they would maybe choose, I just feel like, you know, they point out some weaknesses. And, you know, I don't know if I heard those weaknesses right. Maybe I got it wrong. But yeah, I thought like maybe somehow, you know, if Kratos would be able to just hold out long enough and just maybe try to behead him or find a weakness. But yeah, I guess that didn't seem to happen. But yeah, instead I try to go for my brain and try to, you know, think of like the writer's perspective. I thought maybe Kratos would win just because of, you know, maybe he could find an opening and stuff and try to, you know, try to like behead him at the end, you know. I think in a way it's also like what I thought. I forgot which one it was, but I think it was Yoshi and Riptor at the ending of that. I like predicted like, you know, what might happen, like what I can see happen, and it just happened. So yeah, I thought Kratos would be doing the thing here where he would just behead at the end, but he did not do any beheading here. Anyway guys, yeah, that was my reaction to Kratos vs. Spawn. I think that leads up my win-loss ratio to be 4 wins or corrects and 5 losses or incorrects or wrongs. But yeah, next time we got Bomberman versus Dig Dug, which, you know, with this specific set of characters, this pair of characters here, I am actually familiar with them. I have played them a lot in the past when it comes to like, you know, Bomberman and Dig Dug here. But yeah, I can maybe give, you know, my thoughts into this and maybe do some early predictions. But yeah, you know, there probably like are like some other, you know, pieces of their arsenal that I'm not aware of because they have like, you know, other games as well. So yeah, we'll see if you know, maybe I can, you know, maybe give a good prediction on like who I think will win. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Next time, Bomberman versus Dig Dug. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, man, because these two characters, like I said, I am familiar with and at least played their games. So yeah, that'll be for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good